The Revolutionary period was a game changer in education. This was a new generation of Americans, hence, their parents and grandparents were immigrants from Europe. With their newfound freedom, the settlers wanted to protect what they had established, and a few of our founding fathers and leaders believed that the key was through education. It began with the Age of Reasoning, which occurred between 1694 and 1778. This period of time emphasized the importance of reasoning. These people were known as rationalists. However, the foundation of rationalism began in the early 15 and 1600s. French writer Francisco Marie Arouet was one of the major influencers behind this movement. Another leader during this time period was Frederick the Great. He also believed in the value of education. It was during his leadership that laws were passed requiring teachers to complete certain trainings in order to be licensed to teach. Between 1712 and 1786, early education made efforts to instill morals and beliefs of society in their students. In addition to Frederick the Great's educational influence, the emergence of common man became another movement. This movement proposed the idea that common people should have the opportunity at basic education as a means to better their lives. Jean-Jacques Rousseau was another leader whose Social Contract became an influential book during the French Revolution. His most important work, however, was Emile, in which he states his concern for education for the youth. His most important contributions to education were his beliefs that education must be a natural process, as well as his compassionate and positive views of children. This is where Johann Heinrich Pistolowski makes his debut. Between 1746 and 1827, he opened two schools for boys in which he used Rousseau's theory and put them to practice. He believed that teachers should treat their students with love and kindness. Key concepts and methods he used were love and understanding, having patience for children, as well as having compassion for the poor. Aside from the practical changes in education, there were still major changes occurring. We can give credit to founding father Benjamin Franklin for his influence on curriculum change and the introduction of various subjects.
Thomas Jefferson was born in Virginia. He educated at the College of William and Mary, the second college to open in America. Jefferson was dedicated to human freedom. By the age of 33, he became author of the Declaration of Independence. For a society to remain free, Jefferson felt he should support a public education. This plan called for state-controlled elementary schools that would teach, with no cost to parents, 3 years of reading and writing. Noah Webster was born in Connecticut. He first introduced his speller in 1783. Webster's speller earned the nickname the Old Blue Back because early copies of the book were covered in light blue paper. Webster also gave readers intensive instructions on how to behave in school. Webster's speller was so popular that it eventually sold over 24 million copies. In closing, the revolutionary time period brought major reform to education, with contributions from various leaders, influencers, and founding fathers. We can give credit to this time period for rational thoughts and rational information, accessible education, the introduction to different curriculums and subjects, the opening of public schools, and lastly, a guidance for behavioral in school.